I would like to thank the board. I know it's difficult to come to these meetings, but there really is no other way to do it when you have a protracted hearing and you have objections that are filed under the Title 33 and Title 13. You know, there's a lot of things that we have in common here. Everybody agrees or seems to agree that there's a problem there now. And I guess everybody has to agree that the problem isn't created by Gracie Sunshine and the bowling alley. This is like saying, well, everybody's speeding, so you can't have a car. We're not going to let anybody else speed. Assuming that Gracie Sunshine, a bowling alley, a unique feature, a unique opportunity for this community, would contribute to the problem. Now, I know from other meetings that this board is sensitive to complaints they've heard throughout the township or town that people have been unruly and caused problems. And you've set up a commission to help evaluate the situation and address it. I don't think it's fair to tell an applicant that proposes a use that's permitted and meets all the conditions within this municipality that you just can't go there because there's some other bad actors in the area. Actors that are accused but never given a hearing. People come up and tell you that somebody's urinating on their front lawn. They don't know who they are. They just know they're in the area. There's no secret that there's people all over this area that don't go to the bars, that just walk around aimlessly. That's not a secret. And I don't think I have to describe who they are, but there are a lot of people in the area that have no place to go, that are just there. And anybody who's in the bar business or restaurant business knows that if you go into one of these establishments and pay $7 or $8 for a beer, you're not going to take it outside and throw it on somebody's front lawn. Because it's much more economical to go to a liquor store and buy a six-pack for the price that you can buy one bottle or one can in this establishment. And throw that can or bottle there. It simply doesn't happen. Now, does it ever happen? It may. But all these establishments that are there now have security at the door that check to see if people are removing anything. But why would you pay all that money to take the beer home? It doesn't make any sense. It's much more economical to buy it in a liquor store. So I think we all agree that if there is a problem there, it's not caused by Gracie Sunshine. And I think you have to focus in on what your responsibility is here tonight. You're sitting here tonight as the ABC board. And as council has indicated, yes, you can react to community sentiment. If there's an outgrowth of citizens that come before you and express legitimate concerns to this location, there are cases that support that. None in the last 50 years have ever, under these circumstances, said that community sentiment would dictate. The cases that talk about community sentiment talk about large church groups, temples, various civic organizations overwhelmingly discussing the problems in the area, usually crime. Crime is one of the keys in all of the community sentiment cases. We're not talking about crime issues here. We're talking about people that are in the area that don't act appropriately. And you know what? If I lived there and somebody were urinating in my front lawn or doing some other things, I'd be upset also. So I'm not disagreeing with these people that have experienced this. But I don't think it's fair not to give this applicant the opportunity. There are conditions that they've already mentioned to you that they would agree to. The question of noise coming from the rooftop area can be addressed. No amplified music. They've also agreed to provide their own security on Thursday and Friday and Saturday night from 9 to 2:30 to make sure nobody leaves with a can or a bottle. There are thousands of people that live in this community, thousands. 12, 15 residents in the immediate area came out before you and opposed the application. And they all said the same thing, that people were being disrespectful, that they're not parking properly. That can be addressed, and it should be addressed. The existing conditions should not continue. So I'm not proposing that they do. I'm saying that when you look at the facts for this particular application, and that's all you really should be looking at. It's zoned for a bar restaurant. It meets the condition of a bowling alley. You don't have this use in this town. It provides an opportunity for families to go out and have recreation on an evening where everybody can join in. It also provides additional opportunities for people to work. I understand that Morristown High School does not have a bowling team. Maybe they will in the future because now they'll have some place to practice. There's a lot of reasons why you should vote affirmatively for this application. And guess what? Once you do it, the cow isn't out of the barn. It doesn't just run away. We have a license and we're able to operate there. The liquor industry is one of the most highly regulated industries in the state of New Jersey, next to the casino and garbage. If they do things that are inappropriate, if they don't control people leaving, if they don't do certain things, and you can attribute it to their use, you're entitled to address that before the ABC board. So you don't lose control over this licensee. I think you should be very proud that you have an opportunity to make a decision in this economy where somebody would come before you and just based on the fact that they're buying the property, taking the building down, putting in a new brick building with 12 bowling lanes, spending millions of dollars in this community, you should be very pleased. Because in a lot of municipalities, if this gentleman and the bar owners came before them, they wouldn't let him out of the room. They'd make sure they gave the building permit because that isn't the case. But you have a great community that can only get better. And this is something that can add to it. So with that, I would ask you to focus in on what the applicant is proposing to do, not blame them for everybody else in Morristown that may not be doing exactly what they should, and approve this application so we can then go to the planning board and seek site plan approval. Thank you.